When it comes to journaling, you might perceive somebody sitting down, writing in their journals for hours on end about their romantic life. But there's so much more about journaling than that in itself. You could be doing journaling for personal growth, for your business, for setting goals, so on and so forth. It's becoming an activity that's more and more recommended by mental health professionals in regards to examining ourselves, understanding our emotions, and dealing with them better. That's why in this video, we're going to talk about how to journal for self-growth, top 7 things you need to know, and how to go about it. Coming up. If you're new here, my name is Christopher Dedian. Welcome to my channel, the one place for peak performance, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. So the first tip in regards to developing a journaling practice for personal growth is gratitude. Have a practice of gratitude. This is highly valuable because once you are in a state of gratitude, you cannot be anything other than grateful. You cannot be anything other than blessed and happy. It's physically impossible to be angry if you're thinking about something you're grateful for. So one way that I go about it, every single morning in my journal, I write 3 things that I'm grateful for. It could be something that I did the previous day. It could be something that I'm happy about that's coming up today. Whatever the case is, start off your day with a positive mindset. So write 3 things that you're grateful for. This is definitely going to change your life. The second thing you want to do in your journal is set your intention. Now, highly successful people don't only set their intention once a year and call it New Year's. They set it for every single day and for every activity within that day. So what you want to do after doing your gratitude practice, look at your day and set an intention for that day. How do you want to show up? How do you want to be throughout this day? What is your goals? What are your ambitions? You're setting that intention. Furthermore, what I do, I look at every single activity and then I set a specific intention for every single activity. If I have a meeting with a client, what is my goal within that? Do I want to sign them? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? If I have a meeting with one of my colleagues, what's the goal about that? So as I'm setting these intentions, what that helps is throughout the day, when the day starts, it becomes a bit hectic, you won't necessarily have time to set your intention from going from one activity to another. So by doing it in the beginning of the day, what's happening is it's helping your reticular activating system, which is this filter of your brain, which we've spoken about several times on this channel. Go check out the other videos we're referring to that. It helps you find that proper response, find that proper solution, hit that goal within that activity. So set your intentions in your journal for every single day. The third thing you need to do to develop a journaling practice for personal growth is set your goals. Now this is great because when you're setting your goals, the point is not just to set it, it's to break it down in manageable steps. So set what your goal is towards the trimester that's in front of you, towards the month that's in front of you, and then break it down to the first 2 actions that you need to take that's gonna get the ball moving towards the right direction. As you're able to break it down, it's so much easier and manageable for you to go forward. And as you're putting this in your journal, you're always able to look back at, hey, am I doing the proper steps that are moving the needle forward for me to hit that main goal? So that's a great tool to utilize when it comes to journaling and setting your goals. If you see there's some value within this video so far, don't hesitate at all to give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification to find out when our weekly videos come out. So the fourth thing we need to do is track your habits. Now, it takes anywhere between 66 to 254 days to develop a new habit and to sustain that habit in itself, obviously pending what the habit is, pending how you're good at it, so on and so forth. Now, a great way to go about it is tracking it, making it almost like a game. There's certain journals that already come with that. If not, just write it down. What are the habits and put the days of the week and cross it off, just like you're doing a game. As you're crossing it off, like, oh my God, I did it today, which was, imagine meditating, reading my book, whatever the case is. As you cross that off, you have a hit of dopamine. So your body's actually responding good to that tracking method. So track in your journal the habits that you want to implement within your life. The 5th tip to implement to create a great journaling practice is the day's lessons. Now, this is highly important. At the end of the day, you want to look at everything that went out throughout your day. So you look at what went great, what went bad, what we could optimize, certain arguments you got into, certain situations, certain doubts you have. Analyze all of that and then look at what you could have done different. What were some of the wins of the day and what are some of the things that you want to optimize and learn from? As you're diving into this, it's giving you the opportunity to learn about the situations, look how you felt within those situations, and potentially become better at it on your next day. If you're not analyzing it, then you won't improve upon it. The 6th tip is stream of consciousness. So you want to sit down at any point of your day that's the best for you, either in the morning, in the evening, or at night, and start just writing down your stream of conscious, whatever you're thinking about, whatever ideas you have. I personally do it in the morning because I have the best ideas in the morning. Now, when it comes to writing this part down, you have to allow yourself to be a bit vulnerable and a bit awkward, because most of the things you're gonna write down are probably not gonna be great ideas or going to make sense. But you have to allow yourself to go through those processes, because a bad idea could definitely be developed into a great idea in the future. So allow yourself to write that down. Once it's written down, then start reading it and start seeing, is there certain things that come about more than once? Is there a pattern? Because your stream of consciousness potentially is trying to tell you something. So analyze what you're writing down afterwards as well. The seventh and final tip to develop a journaling practice for personal growth is revisiting problems. Now, this is really important. This is something you might not necessarily be comfortable doing in the beginning, because nobody wants to see their problems or their failures repeated, but it's super important to learn from it. So you have to look at problems in an observer position, not as an actor. So look at the things of like, what were the situations? What was I feeling? What were the emotions involved? Was this person right? Was I right? Who was wrong? Why was I wrong? So on and so forth. As you develop that in a conscious way, you're going to learn about how to go about it in the future when it comes about. So as you practice this, you're going to become so much more in tune when it's actually happening in the present moment. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some value on how to structure your personal development journaling method. And I have been journaling, as you see, like these are several of them, for a very long time. And when I started developing this practice, I really saw that there's a huge level of my success going forward. So I highly suggested some of these journals that are already pre-made and all you have to do is follow it will be linked down below, so you guys can go pick that up in the description. Furthermore, my question today is, what is some of the practices that you like doing when it comes to your journaling? Comment down below. Would love to see what the community is going to say in that end. Furthermore, there's some videos over here that could interest you. Over here of my entrepreneurship series, over here of my peak performance series, over here of my book review series, and you have my profile picture. You guys can click, subscribe, and join the family. I hope you have a blessed and grateful day.